Some of my fondest memories of the original Xbox has to be Xbox Live. It was a truly amazing time in video games. You had games like Halo 2, Project Gotham Racing, Crimson Skies, Counter-Strike, and Ghost Recon, and they were some of the best multiplayer experiences that you could find. You had other platforms like the Dreamcast, the GameCube, and the PlayStation 2, which had online capabilities as well, but it didn't really compare to the original Xbox, which was built with online in mind, with its broadband capabilities that came out of the box. And Xbox Live, as we know, is still around to this day, and it's an essential part of Microsoft's infrastructure and their ecosystem with the Xbox Series X and the Xbox One. But for the original Xbox, this all went away. In 2010, Microsoft shut down Xbox Live 1.0 because it ran on a completely different set of infrastructure. Now, thanks to tunneling software like Xlink, you can still play online games on the original Xbox like Halo and Counter-Strike, but unfortunately, this is only replicating or tunneling the system link functionality, which basically means that some of the Xbox Live specific features like headsets and voice chat and leaderboards and things like, if you play Project Gotham Racing 2, the kudos point system, things like that won't be available because you're essentially just, playing a system link game over the internet via tunneling software. Now, the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One meant that backward compatibility of OG Xbox games have been brought forward. But again, because Xbox Live 1.0 doesn't exist, you can't play those games online. But there is some good news on the horizon. Insignia is a replacement service for Xbox Live 1.0 for the original Xbox that's been in development since November of 2019, and it's been written by Luke Usher. Now, Luke is also the lead developer on the CXBX Reloaded project, which is an original Xbox emulation running on the PC, which has seen great improvements over the years. Now, Insignia is something that will work on real hardware, and it also supports things like headsets, and it will run on original Xbox hardware that's both stock retail and modded, so you don't need a modded system to run this. And I'm guessing the way this will work is that you will just connect to an alternative DNS server, which will then, connect you up to the Insignia service on the back end. It doesn't require any mods or patches, and for those people that are concerned that maybe Microsoft will try to shut this project down before it even gets off the ground, I don't really think there's any cause for concern there. I think there's two reasons why they won't. First and foremost, it's a completely clean room project. And second, I don't think Microsoft is really invested in this whatsoever. I mean, if you think about it another way, Microsoft's not going to make any money out of original Xbox anymore. So I probably think they're secretly quite impressed with something like this, seeing the community bringing back Xbox Live 1.0. So I think there's really no cause for concern here. But of course, we'll see how that plays out. Now, right now, the project is ongoing, heavy development, and there is still a lot of work to be done. The goal is to have most games up and running by later this year. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, what's the big deal here? The Dreamcast and the Wii have had online replacements pretty much around for a long, long time. So why is it so difficult to get this going for the original Xbox? Isn't it just a matter of just standing up an alternative server and allowing you to connect to it? Well, it's not that simple. Just like the original Xbox emulation, there was a lot of complacency that went on with Xbox Live. Many people just assumed that this was something that could have just been figured out pretty much at any time, but unfortunately, Microsoft actually put a lot of security around Xbox Live. So why has it taken so long? Simply because if we compare it to something like the Wii online services, they were being dumped and analyzed and understood since day one. Work was being done over and over again with games like Mario Kart, downloading packets and understanding them, analyzing them, and coming up with a server replacement that was pretty true and accurate to what Nintendo had for its Wii Online service. Unfortunately, because Xbox Live no longer exists, it means it's a lot more complicated. So how does this all work? Well, Xbox Live traffic is encrypted with what's known as single session keys, which means there's no easy way to go back and analyze any previous data that was captured unless you have the key to decrypt that traffic anyway. And that is really something that has been a real huge problem for this project. But Luke Usher has done some really awesome work and understood how the authentication process between an Xbox and its live service actually works. And essentially, it's a combination of the machine serial number of the Xbox, the key that's stored on the hard drive, and an online key that's generated. And this key is the combination that's used to encrypt network data. So the way this works is the Xbox is authenticated by a combination of the serial number, the hard drive key, and an online key. However, this key combination is never actually sent over the wire. The Xbox then encrypts some data and sends that over to the server. And if the server can successfully decrypt that same data, then authorization is permitted and the Xbox is allowed to connect. But that's only step one. This is something that Luke is obviously working hard on, because once you're authenticated, that's when the network traffic is then sent over to the Xbox Live server. And that's what Luke is trying to understand, how the server should actually respond to some of these requests. Now, some of this work has already been done, of course, but there is a lot more work that needs to be finalized. Now, this also means that if you have a modded Xbox that has a zeroed out serial number, then you'll need to update that serial number with something that's non-zero. And it also means that the machine's serial needs to match the EEPROM serial that's stored in the EEPROM. Now, for those people that have a modded system, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. For other people, don't worry. If you have a retail Xbox, then this will not apply. You'll be able to get your retail system connected to the Xbox Live Insignia server. So with the combination of the machine key, the hard drive key, and the online key means that it can be negotiated over on the Xbox Live server, and a connection can be then authenticated, and then network data can be communicated back and forth between the session of the Xbox Live. There was a teaser that was released yesterday by Team Insignia that shows you the registration process and how to get connected. Now, this again is running on real hardware, and it looks really, really promising. But the focus, of course, is getting as many games as possible up and running. And Luke also let me know that some games that, especially like the EA games that use custom servers, would require additional work and probably won't come until later on. Now, Insignia is going to start a private beta shortly, and I'm going to be a part of that. So I'll definitely keep you guys informed and updated on how things are progressing. I'm very excited to be a part of it, and I can't wait to jump in and start playing some of these games again. But in the meantime, if you guys want to support the Insignia project and Luke's work, not only on this, but also on the CXB Reloaded emulation project, I'm going to leave a link to his Patreon below. Let me tell you, this man is keeping the original Xbox Live in 2020, and he would really appreciate your support. Well, guys, what do you think about this Insignia project? I think it's very exciting times if you're a fan of the original Xbox, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. I can't wait to get stuck in. I'm looking forward to playing some of the old classics online once again, and I think this is going to be a really awesome project and something that a lot of the old fans are really going to embrace and get behind. Well, guys, we're going to leave it here for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, you know what to do. Leave me a thumbs up, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye for now.